All right, so there's a couple things that we have noticed on still images that we have taken from there so far. Now we're going to get into a few video clips with some interesting things happening, either noises or things that you can see in the video. So we'll go ahead and show you. The first one is very interesting. It all takes place, I'll kind of cut it down for you, but it all takes place within about a 10-minute video clip. So everything was kind of happening all at once. Pretty interesting. Let's take a look. Let me go make sure somebody's walking around down here. Those balls are still intact. There ain't nobody outside that I can see. So it's pretty interesting because we heard the noises down there, then shortly after you see that shadow dart in front of the camera, and right immediately afterwards you hear Mom ask, "What do you hear?" And I reply, "Something is moving down there." Both Autumn and I heard something right at that moment, and I go down right away just to make sure nobody was out on the porch or anything walking around. And it's interesting because I walk down there and you can hear me walk out onto the porch and you hear me walk back and forth, and I come back in. Nobody was out there. So if there would have been somebody, we would have heard them walk up on the camera, but you don't hear anything. But Autumn and I both keyed in on something the moment that that shadow went in front of the camera. So that is extremely interesting. We're up above right now in the, I don't know, wherever we're at in the hallway thing. Ghost radar has actually been giving us some interesting responses, and also Autumn and I earlier, both at the same time, heard a noise come from somewhere. We're hoping we got it on our static camera down below. All right, we're gonna play it for you again. We'll try slowing it down just a bit, and we'll take a look at a couple different things and try to get you guys a better look at it. All right, so then after the shadow, a few minutes, the next thing we notice, it's an orb. And we don't really ever say much about orbs, but this one's very interesting because it shoots by the camera and actually causes interference with the camera. If you turn up your volume and listen closely, when the orb goes by the camera, you'll actually hear a ringing noise. That makes it really interesting. It obviously had some kind of energy to interfere with the camera. So let's take a look at that. And then at some point a little later on, my walkie decided to call itself. Dad was just a little ways away upstairs with the other walkie, and he didn't touch any buttons. Could have been some outside interference from another mobile radio or something, but that was the only time it happened during the whole trip, and kind of interesting that it happened right about that same time. Alright, now I'm just going to play a series of clips of just some strange noises that we got on the cameras, and you know, some of those things that go bump in the night. Woo!
Knock.
There you have it, folks. That's what we have for now. Once we get through some more footage, if we come across anything, we will update you, so stay tuned.